Okay, today's question, what can be done if there is a clotting disorder when trying to conceive? Hey there, welcome to Ask the Fertility Experts, a daily Q&A show where we'll be answering your fertility questions. I'm Sarah Clark, founder of Fab Fertile. We specialize in low AMH, high FSH, diminished ovarian reserve, and premature ovarian insufficiency or failure. I will be joined by Dr. Tabatha Barber. She is triple board certified in obstetrics, gynecology, menopause, and functional medicine. If you have a question, simply go to Fab Fertile Inc. on Instagram, leave me a DM and drop your question there, and we will answer your question on an upcoming show. That's Fab Fertile Inc. on Instagram. Take care. Okay, today's question, what can be done if there is a clotting disorder when trying to conceive? Maybe we don't even know that we have a clotting disorder. So let's talk about that first, Dr. Tabatha. How do we even know, and what are we seeing there?
So most women don't get a workup from their conventional obstetrician until they've had 3 miscarriages. That's the standard of care, even though it's heartbreaking after 1 and oh my goodness, even more so after 2. Insurance doesn't cover it. We're trained to just let it be until the 3rd one. And then we can start investigating. And investigation usually consists of checking for clotting disorders like factor V Leiden and prothrombin gene mutation. We ask about a family history of clotting disorders, but also of lupus and rheumatoid and heart disease and stroke and other things that are often associated with clotting disorders. So if you don't want to wait until your 3rd miscarriage, you can go and ask your physician, hey, will you draw these diseases to see if I have these gene mutations? And if they don't want to do that and you don't want to pay for it in that way, you could do ancestry.com or 23andMe. You can upload that raw data, or if you're in the Fab Fertile program, we can check your genetics as well. So you want to know, do you have these mutations? And when it comes to gene mutations, you're either heterozygous or homozygous, meaning you either have 1 mutation from 1 parent or you have mutations from both parents. And if you're heterozygous, oftentimes you need minimal intervention. You need maybe a baby aspirin to keep your blood thin and some omega-3s from fish oil or krill oil. If you're homozygous, sometimes you need blood thinner medication, because anytime we get pregnant, our blood volume goes up by 60% within the first 6 weeks, and we start making more clotting factors. And so that is oftentimes what happens, is you get these tiny little microclots in the placenta when the placenta is developing, and that can lead to miscarriage or stillbirth. So it really depends on which clotting disorder you have and your severity of it. Unfortunately, some people have multiple clotting disorders. Usually it's a little more obvious. Usually there's a strong family history, like, hey, my mom had to be on blood thinners, or my mom had recurrent miscarriages, things like that. But if you haven't had a complete workup, it would be worth talking to your obstetrician about. They typically will run these tests if you ask. And if they don't, then you have to question, are you seeing the right doctor?
And there's also some foods there with that are rich in vitamin K that can help with clotting. Yeah. So all your leafy greens and blueberries and blackberries and avocados, all those different things to add into your diet as well.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here. If you've got a question that you want answered, simply go to Fab Fertile Inc. on Instagram, send me a DM, and we will answer your question on an upcoming show. That's Fab Fertile Inc. and send me a DM. And please refer to our disclaimer below. Take care.